Okay, I'm going live now. I unmuted. Thank you. Okay, so I have eaten. I have consumed. Food has been absorbed. Even though there's still some left, I don't want to eat it all at once because I'm feeling from inhaling the sandwich so fast. So, ooh. And my dog is begging for French fries. Hi, B! So, we are back and live and playing some more Paranormasight. And oh goodness, what's that? There's a spooky behind me. Hi. You're not so close to the mic. So, in commemoration, because I have Ani over for the weekend, she's gonna be here for tonight's stream and tomorrow's stream. So I have a spooky Ani behind me.
Hello.
Yay! Also, B, if you use the Better TTV extension on a browser, if you're watching on a browser, you could use the custom emotes that I made. Like this one. I'm sure you noticed they pop up on the screen. Yeah. It should be linked in the Discord, but yeah, I only mentioned it the one time, but I think you were napping, so it's fair. But okay. We're gonna play spooky game, and hopefully spooks happen. We'll see. Now we're gonna finally play, even though my Switch has been sitting on this screen for like 10 minutes, and it's like, what are you doing? Okay. Who are we right now? What were we? No, we're not the detectives. We are... Okay, we're Yako. That's right! We were finding out stuff about Yako's friend, and, like, the teacher was blackmailing her, and stuff like that. So, we were picking a spot to go check out next. If we go to the gardens, that's where she was gonna go meet the detective. Maybe we can go there. It's during the daytime, so it should be relatively safe to still run around and do stuff. Yeah. 9 a.m. Former Yasuda Gardens. Oh, so cute! I keep thinking about Shigure. High school girls, all for me. High school girls. He's such a creep.
Why did I like him so much?
Shigure is a special brand of creep.
He's a special brand of creep.
I know, Gremlin Ane is very distracting, but also very cool, right? Here, let me give you guys a better look at Gremlin Ane. Let me move Spooky Ane into view. Here's a Spooky Ane! She's a spooky! Spooky! So is she gonna be... Oop, that's me. It auto-clicked on my area because it's so big. So I want to just move Spooky Ane over here so she can peek at you guys.
One eye, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. That's the good spot. That's the good shit.
That's
it. She's not adorable, B. She's spooky. Spooky. And so, Mio, Kurosuzu, and Yako, Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh! It just kicks me out anyways! It just kicked me out! Okay, I guess we could go be the detectives then!
I was right again!
Time to go smoke some cigarettes and eat some donuts.
What was it? Breakfast of champions, cigarettes and donuts?
Huh?
Breakfast of champions, cigarettes and donuts?
Now, the real breakfast of champions is the one that retail workers eat, which for me was a Slim Jim and a Monster. Yeah. Specifically a Monster coffee. I wonder why I have health problems now. Can't think of a reaon why. So weird.
No.
Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. My computer giving me like every single fucking pop-up in like 5 seconds, so my ADHD brain is like, huh, what, huh? Harley, are you drumming for us? We're distractions everywhere tonight. Harley's all
the song of your people.
Harley's just really happy because Anne's here. Yeah, don't trip on the cable, Harley. Okay. Took you long enough. Oh, I can't look around. Forensics had finished their investigation, and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. Excuse me. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Can I look at anything else? Oh, blood. Excuse me? Oh, it's the sticker! I thought it was blood. Mockingbird 16 discovered. Oh, no, there's totally blood next to that.
There is.
Like, right... I can't click on it. It won't let me click on the blood.
Is it blood or is it dirt?
I don't know. It looks like blood to me,
It
but
does.
it just says that it's the... B thought it was an ear. I can see that.
Yeah.
Anyways. Boop. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy. But I'm glad I have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest up. And he's like, I've had 6 espressos! Let's go! Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. Yeah, serial killings is gonna be a lot of exposition again. And he was just like, yeah, he's like, I'm so fucking tired right now. I wanna take a nap. I can take a nap right here. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. Here he come. There he is. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too? Yes, it is the Whispering Canal. Ding! That's right. That's right, the Whispering Canal! It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Idio. You're starting to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa. The victim had been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. I think that's the foot washing manner. Mm-hmm. Hang on. Are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then this then is this Namigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Well, I mean, if you checked it, you'd probably see it was at like 1%. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Yep, exactly. Guess we should report this to the Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim... Teacher! The bad teacher! He was identified as Kohei Jonoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata House is one of the 7 mysteries. And that's the Fool's Procession. Right. It's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. Well, considering that he took fall damage and had nowhere to fall from, that is the most likely. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. Stop. Sorry, we were just talking about Harry Styles earlier.
Sorry, I tried to keep it in.
That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of a mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but... if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a cursed stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. I'm not done talking to you. Talk to me again, please. More exposition! Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes! I hadn't thought of that! But there's one silver lining. Judging by my own cursed stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news! So basically, we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. You know, unless they have an actual real weapon like a knife. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the cursed stones couldn't be used during the day. I cannot hear you.
Probably tried to use it during the day.
Well, this is the first day since the stone's activated.
Oh.
So, he wouldn't have been able to know until dawn. Either way, we've got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss. Let's do this. My thing keeps trying to pin. There we go. Talk. Curse bearers. Ugh. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their cursed stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Okay. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quickly. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to other curse bearers, too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Click. Hajime Yoshimi. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent unaliving of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was an unaliving, because I don't know if I'm okay to say that word. I don't know the rule about it. Looking into the height of the building and the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. Yeah, personal unaliving. Yeah. But it already been deemed as an personal unaliving, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh. What was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, it's probably going to end up being a short stream since it started so late. The body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled an unaliving, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awfully lot like a fall. Oh. So there's a chance that it wasn't an unaliving. What a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. Oh god, her foot is right there, I just realized. It's right there.
Oh shit, that is her foot.
It's her foot!
Damn.
That's her foot!
That is her foot.
Oh. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. Yikes. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. They're not being very helpful, boss. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than an unaliving, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. Do you think the driver is the one who did it to him? Do you think he had to do it to him? Admit it was funny. Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics about the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the unaliving was covered up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, right. Unrelated, but I got something else, too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch of times over the course of his investigation. It might be a good idea for us to drop by, too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. I know you want my french fries, little Harley Barley Boo, but you cannot have my french fries. Remember the girl Yoshimi met on the day he died? the one Hitomi Okuda, community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sounds of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. Yikes.
Wow, it's fucked up.
Fucking shitty-ass parents.
Oh shit.
That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because of the teacher that died? That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. Okay. Taki. Okay, we talk about more Yoshimi. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. Because she's dead.
No shit, right?
She's already dead.
Dead. She's dead.
She been dead, killed, gone by. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Persons of interest updated. Oh, is it gonna show me a picture of her now? Beep. Oh, she is so cute! I would kiss her.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh! Yoshimi, your fiancé is adorable! I feel like she could kabed on me and I would absolutely, like,
100%.
buckle, hit the
It's
floor.
Ma'am, you make me nervous.
Ma'am!
Nervous?
Ma'am, my gay is showing!
Don't
Please!
make me panic.
It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? No. It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. She's like, the long con!
No shit, right?
You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. I hope she doesn't turn up dead, because she's very cute.
I don't want to turn dead either.
HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far, we haven't received any word. But can't you just go to, like, his parole officer and be like, hey, this person is a threat to society. Can you please inform us of his new alias name so we can get him off the streets to protect people?
Yep. You would think that
Like,
would be it, but no.
That would be the logical, like, you just go and this is communication. Like, even if he's not, like, at the places where you can find him under that alias, at least you'll have information, like, what he goes by, what his current appearance looks like.
Exactly. Especially appearance.
Yeah, you'd have better information to go off of.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of exposition, but it is daytime, so maybe we'll get to the spooks tomorrow. Who knows?
There's a lot of crap, but it's daytime.
It's daytime. Nothing good happens during the day. Everything good happens after 1 a.m.
Yes, this is true.
Because that's when all the crimes happen.
It's true.
That's when all the murders happen.
Murder!
According to the true crime video I watched, they said nothing good happens after midnight. Anyways.
Just focus.
But so far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. This was planned. He was planning to go berserk. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working. The factory he was working at? The factory?
It could be that he's now under a completely different alias.
I mean, he still could be the janitor, but the factory? They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Okay, so they did talk to the probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking in on his workplace.
Fail.
Lazy.
Failure.
If you're working with something as dangerous as potential threats to other people's lives, you can't be lazy about that.
No, you can't.
If your workload is too heavy, you gotta fucking bring up an adjustment. Fucking Jesus. He also said he lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. Just like retail. So, Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. And it wasn't the cigarettes. It wasn't the cigarettes or the donuts or the day-old coffee. Or the gin that I mixed in with my coffee.
He seems more like a whiskey man.
I mean, I'd say he'd take any alcohol he get his hands on.
This is also true.
Or the gin. Be agrees with me. Be said gin. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explained why he's so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. You're not gonna update persons of interest and show me that mugshot? I want to see the updated photo. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. It might be the art student.
It might be.
That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Oh, he's doing a little.
He doing a little pouty lips. Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was really reluctant, but I got her to agree. His pouty face. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his cursed echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided reed. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking... something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Alright. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. I can words! I know I say this every stream, but I can!
Words do come out of the mouth.
I project sound. I shape them with lip and tongue.
I have the organic speaker.
The organic speaker? I love that. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. I need to move this up so I can see like my FPS. There we go. That way I can make sure if the stream drops I can see it. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Oh yeah, the funky music's back. Alright. Woo! Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Or we could go by the local coffee shop and get me another espresso. Okay, move. Oh, alright, well, away we go. Oh, nope, okay, that's over now. Okay. I'm gonna eat a french fry real quick, hold on. How? No, Harley, you can't have.
She heard the words.
You can have one more. Okay, that's it. There you go. Okay. I don't know. This one still has color to it, though. It's cracked, but it has color. I wonder if we'll probably just have to go back to that one later. Never mind. Let's go see Danny Sixbang. Life can be tough. Harue Shigima. Shigima Mansion. There's no more Harley. She's
like, but mother.
Mother, feed me. Mother, I'm so hungry.
Please.
Ignore the bowl full of food behind me. I'm starving. You can give me those puppy dog eyes all you want, little babies. I can't give you more than you're allowed. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? Fine. I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your cursed stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible its powers can only be unleashed at night, then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. Click. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Surroundings. The town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Oh, this song is so pretty. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. Alright, well.
So lovely.
This is the old mansion where I was born and raised. Okay. Richard Kai. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. By the way,
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
And what's that?
Our current plan is to steal a cursed stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes.
Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible?
So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect.
Compensation.
Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shihimas, would it?
Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it just get the job done. I wouldn't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom.
Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy.
About the curse bearers! Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind?
Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning?
No, I haven't.
Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets.
Oh my. Only 3?
That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs.
That's because Shogo died. He was the ruthless baby who murdered 7 people. Well, technically, he only murdered 1. I murdered the rest.
He was just following your example.
Well, that was his choice. I wonder if I play that beginning again and I don't hit to murder people, if he'll still do it.
That is a good question.
I kind of want to go back and do that at some point.
Yeah.
And for what those cursed stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch.
What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection?
There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. Hiccup. I don't know where it came from. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action.
And then we offer them the deal. Click! More exposition! So much exposition!
So much exposition.
None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. Okay, nope, he's just saying the same thing.
Oh wait, no, there's more stuff! God damn it, I did it again. Go back.
None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended.
Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all?
You mentioned hearing an agonizing voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the cursed stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well.
So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers?
You've got a sharp mind, ma'am.
Oh, water.
Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become the curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite. This would be very risky, since a curse bearer they themselves would become a target.
So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively.
That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves?
You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start?
I almost ran out of air.
I saw that. Your face turned a shade. Okay.
Fine, stop. Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy.
So, how should we do it?
There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers.
How do you suppose we do so?
At this point, all we can do is search.
Okay, more curse bearer talk. Let's go! And stand here and talk about curse bearers.
But look at his pretty face.
I know, he's so pretty. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there's even a rite of resurrection?
Good question. The rat could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action.
Yes, I do the duck voice.
It does make the potty voice easier.
It does make it easier, yes.
Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am?
No!
Never.
I want my son!
Her response wanted to be no, but she's a lady, so she has to reply never.
Her inner gremlin screams. Meanwhile, externally, she remains calm and collected. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves.
Click. Curse bearers!
By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2.
You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire.
I appreciate the flattery.
You're just like hand spread thing. Like.
Yeah. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives in an apartment near Midoricho Park.
You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire.
I called every single university with ukiyo-e in their curriculum, pretending to be her parent. Oh my god. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. That's because she's the detective's daughter and got kidnapped.
I think so.
I'm worried she might run into some trouble.
She already has! She's already dead! No, technically he said he wasn't gonna kill her just yet. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. Because she has a detective for a daddy.
Yeah.
She's like, my daddy's stalking me again. I gotta shake him. She learned. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire.
That wounds me, ma'am. Would you like to twist that knife?
Why would you say that?
Why would you be so mean? I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the cursed stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her.
Eek.
Next is the tall man who is dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information on him. Impressive. What can I say? Oh. He works as the the dude who works at the soaps. The one who killed me when I turned my back on him.
Okay.
He works as the secretary to Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct?
Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth.
I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down.
That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about the chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned about making a profit than protecting the environment. And that's why our planet's dying!
I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later.
Let's hope you will, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire.
She unbuttons her collar and he's like, whoa. Ma'am, you're not paying me for that. That's an extra fee.
Man, that's extra.
Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the rite would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare.
Ha! Now that's an interesting thought. Oh my god, more curse bearer! I ran into one more suspicious young man last night.
This one seems to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Was it?
Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him, though I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him.
Well, that's a shame.
But I can make an educated guess. A hypothesis, if you will.
Oh?
You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the rite of resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature.
Oh my. Even he is involved? How awfully suspect.
Considering his background,
couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair?
I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first.
Understandable.
Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on it.
About the curse bearers!
I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see the man in black. Their headquarters are down in South Warigasui Street.
Okay. Finally! About the kidnapping!
After all these years.
Finally! It's been 84 years!
I heard something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohi Jonoichi.
Do you think he was a curse bearer?
Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, This means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead.
Just when we were getting somewhere.
It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit.
Understood. Oh, about the serial killing. The kidnapping was only one thing.
That feels like bullshit.
In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed unaliving, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors.
But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no?
It's true. Both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved in even those killings.
How?
What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to the curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily.
You seem to know a lot about this.
I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one, too.
I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind.
You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point.
About the killings!
We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the cursed stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start.
Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself.
In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am.
We move! Ugh. Where do we go? Midoricho Park. South Warigasui Street. Or Komogata High School. Where should we go? While I eat a french fry.
Street.
I can't hear you speak up.
Street. Sorry, street.
The Warigasui Street to go see the Hiharu soaps?
Yeah.
Okay. The gremlin has spoken! South Warigasui Street.
The Hihaku Soaps headquarters are on the other side of South Warigasui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. I can't look very far. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsui Yamamori is called the Queen.
Can we see her now?
Yeah, Hihaku Soaps is the company Shogo worked for, yeah.
Oh, that's her! That's her. She the big boss lady.
Oh, she looked like a dragon lady.
Yeah. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary. That's correct.
Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders?
That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then, I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around. Visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps? I'm going to go in. I may be a while, so feel to find somewhere to kill. So it should be feel free to find. So feel to find somewhere to kill time.
Okay, good luck in there. And away he go.
I thought my brain was jumbling the words for a second.
No, it was just typed weird.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
How did it go?
I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt, he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a cursed stone of our own.
Excuse me. Excuse me? What?
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 I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richard, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I was hoping you would hand over the cursed stone in your possession. Cursed stone? What do you want about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? No.
My pockets are empty, bitch.
You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I'm a curse bearer. I possess the cursed stone of the haunting clappers.
I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it.
No. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean.
Honey man.
It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no?
Okay, bye-bye. I'll probably only be on for a little longer. Night-night.
Nice and good.
Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers, akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So, you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Shugen Gamyodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are the curses we were speaking of. Tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that cursed stone at once. I would laugh if everything he's saying is 100% true. And he's just like, no, we're really just trying
No, this is
to
literally what we're
to
trying
take
do.
care of getting rid of the
Just
cursed
listen to
stones.
me. I'm being 100% honest with you.
Why does no one listen to
No
me?
joshing here. This is what we do.
I'm not joking. Very interesting. With that said, just how many cursed stones have you acquired so far? If what you're telling me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. Cat got your tongue? We have 6. Wow, really?
The fact that he
6.
even said it.
Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. In that case, you should hand over your cursed stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. He doesn't believe us, obviously. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige, because I'm not at home.
I'm never home.
I'm on the job. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all? I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part with our stone. Oh, so it's our stone now.
I still look like, no, I'm not lying to you, please.
Yeah, please,
Desperately.
just listen. Please.
Listen.
Why does everyone think I'm a liar? Is it my eyes? Is it because I'm tired?
Is it
Listen.
because I'm dead inside from people not believing me?
I work so many jobs. I'm always so busy. I just want to sleep.
Poor man.
I think he was lying about having procured 6 cursed stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. He seems rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people of Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman is a witch. I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. Oh. We've been streaming for only an hour and I'm so tired. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't released the identity, it all amounts to nothing. All amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go.
Eyeball. His eye looks funny.
Yeah, only a little bit.
You got something in your eye.
You okay there?
Boop, boop.
In the meantime, we should be off somewhere else. There's no reason to stick around here any longer.
Okay, we go. I gotta go to the park. I wanna play on the playground.
We're going to the playground.
I wanna play. Jungle Gym.
We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Tsuguru. What is that? What is that? What is that? Is that supposed to be a tree? Maybe? Looks like a metal sign, but I think it's a tree.
It looks like it has like a face in
A little bit. Yeah, he's like
A little face like right here. He's like, yeah.
it. There's like a face in there.
Yeah. Not only that, but Katsuhika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. Anything else to look at? Okay. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in that area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. Yep, she's the daughter.
Daughter of the detective, or at least the neighbor of.
I think you're right. I think she's the daughter.
I don't know. I still kind of want it to be Yoko,
I know.
but
Same.
yeah. Because Yoko could potentially live in the same building.
I just had a thought, and I don't want to say it.
I'm sorry, the way that you were staring, I thought there was something like crawling down from my fucking ceiling for a second.
I'm sorry, it was suddenly deep thought.
It was a very intense stare, like, oh my god!
I'll tell you once we're done with the stream.
Okay, fine.
You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them, despite having been so despite them being so covert. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. Let's see if she left the other one. You were planning to go that far? Gross. We won't make much progress sticking around here. Alright, I guess we're leaving.
We're leaving the park. No time to play. To the high school. And then once we're done with that, I think I'm gonna stop because my tushy hurts.
That's fair. My butt's starting to hurt too.
Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. the teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that school's been closed. I thought there was gonna be something to find. Oh, what? Oh, okay, no. I thought that was gonna be another sticker. Okay. The news had attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works out in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. Excuse me. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. You inquire. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonoichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi. Really? The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. That is going to pick up on the mic.
I'm so sorry.
It sounds like you're farting!
I know, I'm sorry, it was my foot. I was adjusting. It's gonna be funny though.
You're lucky I know it's not your butt! If it was your butt, Harley would judge you. She hates farts. It's not very sticky. Dude, yesterday she scared herself by farting. She was in a dead sleep, laying on the couch, and then she jumped up like, I love when dogs do that. It's so funny. It's like, that was your own butt. Why are you freaking out? One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in a school uniform was seen around the school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand, and just decided to give that to a random adult man who was asking about it.
That's a terrible person.
That's such a bad decision. That's an amazing find.
I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should have been confidential information.
That's my foot. You're trying to pet my slipper with your toes, thinking it was my dog. It's my butt.
Listen, she's been there this whole time.
She went outside.
The first
She's right there.
I put my foot down and she wasn't.
My fucking stomach hurts.
I'm sorry.
Imagine what would have happened if that information got in the wrong hands.
Well, so far it hasn't, no.
Oh, honey, these are the wrongest hands. Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house.
And we'll do that next time on Tea Party. I'm gonna save though. It's very warm in this room. I'm very tired and my butt hurts, so I'm just gonna save here. We're just gonna do it short tonight because the whole power outage thing just really killed all of my time. That and exposition is boring.
At least we got through a lot of it today.
Yeah, we got through a decent chunky. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get back to the spookies. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna end it. It's just gonna be a really short stream tonight in comparison to the 4 hours I normally do, apparently. But we will be back tomorrow with more Paranormasight. So thank you for everyone who watches the Tea Party. Feel free to follow on Twitch if you want to catch us live anytime in the future. Or like and subscribe on YouTube if you want to see the VODs when I upload them. I am trying to learn to edit stuff, but I'm baby, so meh. But please follow on Twitch if you like, cause I'm trying to reach affiliate, and that would be super cool. Okay. I'm gonna go to bed now. Night night. Thank you for joining the Tea Party. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and I love you.
Good night.